What's up, guys? I'm Ashley Jenkins, and to kick off the week, Valve has shared their prototype Steam Machine's design. The prototype, which will be filled with generic off-the-shelf parts, will be 12 inches to his side and 2.9 inches tall, and this is just the one they're creating. At CES in January, they intend to reveal their current hardware partner lineup, as well as the specs for those partner Steam machines. They've also confirmed that, for now, Valve will be the only company developing and releasing the Steam controller. We're going to manufacture it. We're going to supply all the people who are making third-party Steam machines with controllers, says Valve's Greg Coomer. And it's not because Valve is looking to make a tidy profit. In fact, a number of the engineering decisions they've made favor performance over economy, and they don't see themselves making much money off the sales of the controllers themselves. It's because they're engineering it so closely and want to ensure the quality is what they're after, and also because they'll be using their beta this year to fine-tune and tweak the design. Coomer elaborates, if we find out that there's a necessary change that means a radical redesign of the controller, we're going to make that decision just the same way we have with all our other products. What they don't plan to make exclusive, however, is games. If Half-Life 3 ever does come along, it won't be exclusive to SteamOS. They say they learned better after making Half-Life 2 a Steam exclusive before Steam was the refined service it is today. It's against our philosophy to put a game in jail and say it only works on Steam machines, says Valve's Doug Lombardi. In fact, Valve actively recommends their third-party partners develop their games for as many platforms as possible, so the games are available wherever consumers are. And while we're talking about PC games, today Twitch TV and Mojang announced that the PC version of Minecraft will be getting a one-click broadcast support for Twitch. It's already one of the 10 most popular games streamed on the service, and this official support will include your gameplay stream, voice support, Twitch chat in Minecraft, and filters for moderators and subscribers. Moving on to consoles, Call of Duty Ghosts is out tomorrow, but it's already been hacked by gamers who figured out how to give themselves outrageous amounts of experience and compromise the gameplay balance. So expect a Day 1 update, or at least an update sometime this week, to plug the holes and give everyone a fair shot in multiplayer. Additionally, last week it was confirmed that the Xbox One version of the game will run at 720p and upscale to 1080p, where the PlayStation 4 version will play at 1080p natively. Today, Infinity Ward's Mark Rubin has spoken up on what this means for the comparative power of the two consoles and why he doesn't think it's a big deal. According to him, it's easy to be comparative when you're looking at the games side by side, but that it's not something you'd notice when you see them running independently. The much bigger priority for Infinity Ward was ensuring that the game would consistently hit 60 frames per second on each platform, and that's what they put their effort into. So why the lower resolution on Xbox One? Does this mean it's underpowered in comparison to the PS4? He says it's more about the fact that they began development before the console hardware was finalized. We put new technology into this game before we even had the consoles, so we had no idea how well that technology was going to work. Now that we are finally getting the consoles, we can start optimizing those features better, he says. Next up, Nintendo legend Shigeru Miyamoto's latest project, Super Mario 3D World, launches later this month, and he says he's unlikely to return to the series after this. Instead, he'll leave Mario in the hands of others so he can focus on new endeavors. I want to get involved more heavily in the development of new, smaller-scale projects, he says. But that doesn't mean he'll abandon the series entirely. Even though I'm not directly in charge of a project, I'm always keeping an eye on what the teams are doing in terms of gameplay, and I have confidence in them. Finally, Extra Life, the annual 24-hour live streaming fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, took place over the weekend and raised $3.6 million. More than 3,600 teams took to the live streams and played video games for an entire day, including those of us at Rooster Teeth. And we want to thank the entire Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter community for joining us, tuning in, and donating when you could. We raised $184,000 and sold 15,000 limited edition Achievement Hunter posters, with the proceeds from those also going to Extra Life. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being the best community ever, of all time. And that's the news today. Do you think 720p versus 1080p is a big deal for next-gen games? Let us know what you think of today's news in the comments below. Then check out roosterteeth.com, where Ruby composer Jeff Williams has released a track from the upcoming Ruby soundtrack for free to say thank you for your participation in Extra Life.